Hello guys, good afternoon. I'm going on this river soon on an inflatable kayak, and I came here about 4 days ago, and that rock pile in the center, that island, was underwater. I couldn't even see it. I didn't even know it was there. And this is a concrete ford. It's a bridge called a ford. It's just a really solid concrete bridge. You can see some flotsam and jetsam has got stuck on the bridge there. These bridges are designed to cope with the water actually flowing over the top of them and not get washed away. It's called a ford. And the level is much nicer now, and the speed is much calmer than it was 4 days ago. This is a alpine mountainous stream. It's river. It still flows fast. It's still flowing fast. It's got some liveliness to it, but compared to 4 days ago, I'm no longer scared of it. Can I put it to you that way? Look, I can see the bottom there. Like, this thing was powering along, and it was quite harrowing just standing here. And now it's still got some serious velocity to it, but it's probably about 3 meters a second instead of 5 meters a second. Can I put it that way? So it's lost some of its savageness. It's quite beautiful, isn't it? So soon enough I'll be on here. I was going to do it today actually, but it's 6 o'clock right now, 6 p.m. in springtime, and it gets dark in about 2.5 hours, and I just don't have the time, the daylight. I don't have the daylight. I have to get home, put the shopping in the fridge, that kind of thing. I don't have the time to pump up the canoe, drive the bike down and do what I got to do. I don't have the time to do that. So the other thing is, bridges like this, these fords, you can't go underneath them because they're fords. Very dangerous to go underneath them. There's only about 2 feet of clearance between the bottom of the bridge and the top of the water, the surface of the water. So it's a no-no to go underneath them. So what you want to do, you see, there's one of these fords every 2 kilometers or something for most of the river. So it's not such a big deal, but basically it means you have to stop the boat ahead of the ford, like with a nice safe distance, get out of the boat, drag it along. The side of the river could look like this, really rugged. Drag it along through wilderness and then put it on the other side of the ford and then jump back in and keep going. It's no big deal, but it's kind of breaks your flow, doesn't it? Breaks your Zen state. So you're suddenly rudely reminded that you're back in civilization with a man-made object stuck across your free-flowing river path. But yeah, I just wanted to check out this. I can see a fucking 5G tower up there. The cunts, the niggers, the fuckwits, the fucking cunt. Yeah. Well, sorry about the swearing, but I mean, look, this is an ideal pastoral scene. It's like I'm in Holland or some shit, except it's a bit too mountainous. And then I'm looking up there, and what do I see? A MFing fucking 5G tower. So phone reception had better be good here then, the cunts. So yeah, I just driven my car across this ford, and I'm just gonna, so basically the river it's quite wide here, but it gets narrow and it splits into two and stuff, and you get trees that have fallen across the river and that are half a foot above the river. So what do you do then? How do you get past the tree that's gone across the river? You know, there's all sorts of challenges in this adventure to deal with. But I'm stoked now, and the weather's getting hotter and hotter. I think it was 22 degrees Celsius today. To get going, there's a logging truck on the road. You can't see it, it's behind the gum trees, but probably hear it. Anyways, yeah, this doesn't always stay so close to the road. It goes off into the mountains where there's sheer cliffs on either side and everything. Big logging truck. I wonder who gets the profits from those logs. So anyway, that's all I wanted to cover. Thanks for listening. And it's going to be a busy period of time for me going into the beginning of December, but I'd like to Heck, I could try and do it tomorrow. I'd like to get on this river on the canoe as soon as possible and test out my bicycle as well. I managed to fit the bicycle in the back of my small hatchback by taking both the front and the rear wheel off the bicycle. They're both quick release. It's a bit intimidating, but it's easy. I've never ever had a bike with a quick release rear wheel. And I just removed the rear wheel and I was like, hey, now it fits into the back of the car without the bloody 19-inch wheel bumping into my shoulder and pressurizing me as I'm driving along. It's a big difference. So that was good. So I'm all set really for this adventure. I also have a GoPro that I bought off of eBay. I picked it up today at the post office. Fucker cost me $30. It's got a 2-inch digital screen. It's way better than I thought. I mean, GoPro at Harvey Norman, which is like an Australian, the main electronics shop everywhere. It's like what Radio Shack used to be, I suppose. What is it, like $699, $700 for your basic GoPro model. You can get some thing similar that's waterproof in its own case off eBay for $30 or $40 with free postage or something. Like, you have to buy your own SD card, but well, we'll see how it goes, right? It says it's 1080 full HD, can take up to a 30 gigabyte micro SD card. So I'm fully going to film this adventure, guys. And I've always been incredibly hardcore, and you are going to see some evidence of that when I post my adventure on the river. Man, this river is so nice and so peaceful. The water is quite cold. There are submerged objects. There's a lot of danger to it, but it's like anything. It's like driving on the road. You have to assess the danger. You have to know the danger. You have to quantify it. You have to just have enough experience in what you're doing, which I do. And then you can make your decisions and you can decide if it's for you or not, whether you're going to start or not start, whether you're going to continue or go back or whatever. It's all about self-sufficiency, freedom, risk management, reliance on oneself, and no safety nets and no support from the nanny state to help you. It's just you and nature. Row, row, row your boat merrily down the stream. Na 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 na. Life is but a dream, as that song goes. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream.